All right. It looks like we actually have a show now.
Oh man.
Uh, the host of the show just left. Sorry,
No,
ladies and
I didn't.
gentlemen.
I didn't. My bad. Ah,
Yeah,
anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
we
And
lost all three viewers, man.
oh man, Sheesh.
So what's going on?
Where do I start? Uh, yeah, let's get this off on the right foot. Be late for your own show. Stereotypes. Listen,
Stereotypes. Oh, so wait a minute. Am I Amos or am I Andy?
which one was white?
I don't want to be
uh,
him.
oh man. Oh,
Hey, we
I'm,
gained a viewer. All right. So, ladies and
I.
gentlemen, let me please introduce Mr. Robert Bass. Again, the premiere of his first show, World Class
Yeah.
Clown with Robert Bass on the Indie Escape Network. Better late than never. And
Uh, I guess it depends
yeah,
on
and
how
that.
you look at that. But no, I don't agree with that at all.
So since you put me on the spot, you want to see a cool magic trick?
Oh shit. Oh, it's just me. How you doing, people? Oh, so my name is Robert. Robert Bass, to be more precise. I want to thank you, one person. Hey, well, I don't know if I can see the person, but thank you for viewing in. So listen, um, I think the best way to start this off is to let you know, yeah, this is not how I planned for this. I was excited all day before I went to work. I thought I had made sure that everything was working the way that it needed to, and yeah, no, apparently that didn't work. And then then the one thing that had been working for me, which is the dog's computer, and y'all will learn about that. Um, that wouldn't even let me log in, and I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
So
So
you're telling everybody that you were very well prepared.
apparently not. Um, I thought I was. I thought I was very prepared. Like I was like, yeah, this is gonna go off without a hitch, and I think that's the problem. I probably should have never said that. I should have never uttered those words. And then finally, through I guess a desperate moment, I realized there was a back door, and I was like, well, let me go. Wait, calm down, Joe, because I know how you feel about back doors. But I was like, there's another way for me to get in here, and here we are.
Okay, so you're gonna notice something right now. I'm changing up from this, which is an actually really cool branded cup, by the way.
Yeah,
But since you're late, I'm gonna switch
yeah.
to this.
Oh well, no, knock yourself out. As you
Oh, I
notice, I
might
don't.
just knock myself out.
I don't have my mannequin in the background. I guess now my background is, well, I mean, move that way. Is my sneakers. Yeah, because my wife likes me to look fresh.
Hey, we got Kyle from the Indie Escape Presents Loud and Nerdy checking in. Hello, Kyle. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for joining. So
You were on screen with him.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying thank you for joining. So I guess boom. How do we want to start this? Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Robert Bass. I am a native Floridian. I, when asked the question how long I've been doing comedy, I give two answers. The first answer is since 2010. Um, and then my second answer is roughly about 2012. The reason that there's two different answers is because I got on the stage in 2010. I don't think I started taking it seriously until 2012. Um, Around about that time, it was like I could probably make some money off of this, and then from there, you know, due to some people pouring great advice into me, I was able to kind of string along some gigs, and now I'm at a point in my career, and I got to stop doing air quotes, but I love it. In my career, I'm at a stage where I don't get on stage without getting paid. So So it kind of worked out. So
Well, you realize you're
2012.
shit out of luck here, right?
Yeah. I mean, drink up. But yeah, so yeah, um, I am the oldest out of eight, which kind of scoped it who I am as a comedian from the standpoint that I like to. Everything in my comedy is centered around life, um, my life, life in general, things of that nature. And so I like doing it. And you know, I seen an opportunity, or rather, I was presented an opportunity, and I was like, shit, why not? I got a chance to be myself. I am looking at my screen, and I am so fucking blind, I can't see shit, Joe. It's not technical difficulties. It's
Are you on an iPad or your phone right now or a computer?
yeah. I'm on right now. I'm on the pad,
Okay.
not that kind of pad. And calm down, Joe. It's, it's an iPad. Um,
There's no censoring here.
yeah. You know, I well, yeah,
Oh,
that
here's
part.
another cat from Loud and Nerdy, Jerry Kimura. What's up, fellas? Thank you for joining us this evening. We kind of had a couple of glitches, a monkey wrench here or there, but you know, Robert's recovering.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, shit. Okay. Yep, I'm recovering. Boom. Now I happen to look up and I'm like, fuck, I don't have no juice on my pad. Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
wait. So the guys from Loud and Nerdy showed up, and that's really cool. Let me just plug them, if I may.
Yeah, no,
You
go
can
ahead.
find Jerry and Kyle along with JW on the Indie Escape Network presents Loud and Nerdy Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you were
and
touring them
they
last week.
yeah, I was just getting ready to say they blessed me with some time to kind of get my introduction. The crazy part is my introduction to the show was better than my introduction to the show. So yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I think the things that you will learn is sometimes I don't have a filter. I say it how I see it, and I'm okay with that. I'm an adult.
I'll let you. Can you read the screen or no?
I can read a little bit more plugs than
More plugs than a mannequin in the room. Good evening, our Canadian friend Ken, who is laughing at the United States right now. We appreciate you, sir.
yeah. Listen, all right. So I mean, we might as well go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The first thing I
I'm
want to
not
say,
that fat, thank you.
the first thing I want to let people know is the one thing that I don't do is I don't get political. There's certain things as a comedian I don't talk about. I don't talk about sexual assault, pedophilia, things of that nature. And one thing that I definitely try to stay away from is politics. But unfortunately, based upon the date that I chose, you can't escape it. So I want to start off by saying, first and foremost, I really don't give a fuck who won. Not that I'm one of those people who believe my vote don't count. My thing is, what does my vote count for? Um, I remember being younger, watching the Arsenio Hall show, and MC Hammer of all people was on there. And I can't remember who was running for president at that time, but he was asked who he would vote for. And he said something that I thought was the coolest thing in the world, but I didn't understand what it meant, which was, well, you have a choice between the devil and his brother. And I think once I got older and I began to vote, I realized what that meant. Even for your candidate, whoever you should choose to vote for, they're not going to give you 100% what you asked for, or what they even promised. And probably no surprise, I didn't vote for Trump. And when he won, I wasn't disappointed because I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. I'm used to losing. But the reality of everything is this. I believe that there's two great slogans from both sides. One is the things that brings us together are greater than the things that separate us. And I do believe in some facet we can make America great. I'm gonna drop the again part because, well, I'm black and I can't necessarily say that the again that they're talking about actually fits me. But to get together, to get together under one mind, I think is the thing that we should be focusing on, not just necessarily who won. I mean, great. We went through the process. I think, in my opinion, this was less traumatic than the first time he was elected. I felt like I was all anxious and anxiety, and I was like, "Oh shit, the world is going to hell in the handbasket." And we made those 4 years, and if we're gonna be honest, we made the 4 years after that. So, my thing is this. I think one of the things that does make America great is your ability to give your opinion, and your opinion is your vote, and it's your right. And again, like I said, I didn't necessarily care who won. I did exercise my right to vote. I don't downplay my right to vote or my vote. I just think that, in the overall scheme of things, I probably wasn't going to get everything that I wanted anyway. And I'm cool with that. Now, at the same time, my siblings refer to me as King Petty. So I can't end this without having a petty moment. And so I will say, for those who voted for Trump and decided that yesterday all they wanted to do was get on every social media and brag about the fact that they won, as opposed to getting on social media, what I would suggest you get on is your knees and pray that he give you everything that he promised you, and that he doesn't allow his vendettas to outweigh what he needs to do for America.
All right, and we got Ken saying all are welcome to Canada, free health care, and Tim Hortons, 2 on every block.
Hey,
And Kyle
listen.
says, I love Timmy's.
And Canada speaks French, don't they? So
Well, yeah, some
I
do.
French. The French accent ain't the one I'm after. I actually want me a British woman. I don't know what it is, and I probably shouldn't say that too loud because my wife is in there. But
So did you
if
like change Alexa's voice or Siri's to a British accent?
on my phone. But listen, that's now you're getting too personal. Listen,
I don't know what that says.
then listen.
Do you know what that says?
No, it was something.
I
Oh,
know
Je me
we.
l'appelle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they do speak French. That's what he said. Now
Okay.
look at me
Well,
being bilingual. I'm pretty sure I didn't translate that properly, but whatever. So, Joe, I know you got some plugs to do.
I
We didn't.
do. Yeah. Let's get right to that. Of course, we're plugging you tonight, the world
Me
class
tonight.
clown, with
Yeah,
Robert Bass, not Bass,
yeah,
everybody, because Bass would
yeah.
be a much cooler name. No,
And
he
my
decided to
dad
go
would
with
hate you
Bass.
forever. Yeah, my dad would hate you forever. He doesn't. Yeah, my dad is very vengeful about our last name. So it is
And,
Bass like the fish.
and if it's your first time tuning into the network, you see all those social medias at the bottom: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I don't know what the A thing is.
Yeah, I don't know what the A thing is either.
Uh,
Instagram, I know TikTok, and I know
yeah,
X, but
yeah,
that's not the X that
IMDb.
I get down with. But whatever.
Threads, that's what it is. So check out all our social medias, give us a like and subscribe.
Are we
Also,
on Threads?
yeah, we're on Threads.
I probably should have known that already, shouldn't I? My bad.
We got a Generation Movie with JW and Rich Monday nights at 10 p.m. And as I mentioned earlier, we have Loud and Nerdy Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you're not aware, we're actually affiliated with the Harlow's Haunt movie. Part 2 is being worked on. Terry Gerald and I had a great meeting with John Dugan, who was Grandpa in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. He was in the first Harlow's Haunt that I was able to get on set with, and it was freaking phenomenal. But we should start shooting that next year, hopefully in the Orlando area, maybe North Carolina, maybe Tennessee. We're gonna find out. But
And if
yes,
I play my part right, I might even be able to get like a cameo. It'll be short because black people always die first in the horror movies, but I'm
well,
okay with
yeah,
that.
it's not gonna be like 13 Ghosts, where the black guy lives. Well,
Make
you brought
America.
up the 13 Ghosts that time.
Listen, I did, and I guess this is your way of making America great again.
And Ken said at is Threads.
Oh man,
But
this
also
is
we got
gonna
the
be
little
great.
scroll down there. You see the indie Escape Network links, we'd appreciate it again. Doesn't cost you a thing, only takes a second to do, and it helps us immensely.
Definitely, definitely. So, all right. So we got the politics out of the way because that's probably the last time I'm gonna willingly talk about politics. Um, let's get the other elephant out of the room. So, how many black people do we have on the network?
You'd have to ask JW.
Yeah, no, he made it perfectly clear. I'm it. Like, yeah, which is so weird, because I'm transitioning into my caucasity, and still being identified as black. So that's weird. That's weird to me, But whatever. What are we gonna do?
And as Kyle said, make the indie network great.
Oh
Well, shit,
man.
now I feel stupid because I'm wearing a red Indie Escape Network shirt. I should have worn my black shirt. Now I feel stupid.
No, no, don't feel stupid at all. Yeah, this is a shirt that I was gonna wear. And then I was gonna bring my mannequin back in here, and I was gonna let her wear my shirt. Because I do have a shirt that has my icon, not my icon, my
Logo?
thank you,
You're
on
welcome.
it,
Is it
and
a half shirt?
it can be for her. Well, hell, if when I got it made, it's gonna be a fucking half shirt for me. Yeah, all my belly button gonna be out and my nips.
I was a stunt double in the movie Powder.
Oh my god.
It's Jerry from Powder. He can be anything you want.
Yeah,
Come on down to Florida.
yeah. A stunt double for powder. That's so funny because he is bald.
I don't think he's that pale though.
I know he's not that pale, but I mean, you get a little Johnson and Johnson, no Diddy, and the powder, not the oil, and we can make it happen. Anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. So, hmm, what else should they know about me? I performed at the Improv. Most recently performed in
You
front of.
performed with some pretty cool cats, man.
I have. So let me tell you what. Okay. So one of the questions that I generally get asked is why did I get into it and what do I like the most about it? So I how I got into it is not unique than anybody else with anything else that they do. Well, it was a drunken night. I said something I shouldn't have said, and voila. To be more detailed, I think the quote was, "If this is all that it takes to do comedy, sign me up." And mm,
Wow. Those were
listen,
some big words, man.
I'm not gonna lie, those words followed probably 3 or 4 drinks because I'm pretty certain when we left, I made it to the car, and then they woke me up when we got to the house. Um, and then after that, what kept me doing it is I like the idea of entertaining. And the thing with comedy is when you're not dealing with sensitive people, it allows you to say what you want to say. I mean, obviously you still got to do it in good taste, but you I say some pretty wild shit, as you already know, Joe.
So, speaking of sensitive people, did you ever have that shit moment on stage where you just knew right after you said it, it was like,
No, it wasn't right after I said it, but it was after I got off the stage. So I was doing a show in Fort Pierce, and the crowd was generally older, but the people, it was a couple that sat in the front row, and I'm assuming because of their age, they were grandparents, and they had a kid in the front row, and I acknowledged the kid, and I was like, okay, so there goes my dick jokes. And then the problem with it is at that point in time, I wasn't the person that you that you didn't allow to start the show. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there's levels to it. And so, the person that hasn't been doing it as long or doesn't do it as well usually is the person that goes up first. They're the opener. And so I was kind of still in my opener phase. So then everybody after me acknowledged the kid. And yeah, I remember I was standing outside, and at that time I was smoking cigarettes. So I was standing outside smoking cigarettes, and they came out and they was like, "Well, that fucking guy didn't have to say what he said and blah blah blah." And then he
So
looked
wait,
at me.
was this a 21 and over show?
Well, all the shows I do are 21 and older. Like I don't know, like yes, it was an adult show. Like
So
and I
was he
think the
like an
thing that pissed
emotional support kid or something?
no, but I think what really set them off was the headliner got up and he was like, "Oh yeah, so there really is a kid in the front row." Well, fuck it, you guys paid for it, and he went on a rant. I'm pretty sure, like within 2 minutes, he had basically said every piece of profanity that he could, and I think that was the part that kind of set them off. And I went to laughing, and then I went outside, and then they came outside, and they kind of gave me dirty looks. And at that point, I'm like, I was younger, so I wasn't in fear of my hip popping out of place for trying to fight. So I was ready to go. But yeah, that was the only oh shit moment I had, I think, for the most part.
All right, let's see some comments. Blue a circus seal. Hey.
Jesus. Kyle.
And Kane, we
Wow.
have to ask him the question. Most embarrassing thing that happened on stage.
People not laughing. I mean, that's the most okay. So when I started doing comedy for crowds that were predominantly white. And so the biggest thing was taking my life experiences and kind of not taking the black out of them, but being able to put it in a way that it could relate to the crowds that I was in front of. So then I finally got the opportunity to do a black crowd, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to fucking kill it. I'm gonna murder this. This is it. Before listen, after this show, I'm gonna be touring nationally because I'm gonna have these people cracking up. And it was 2 minutes into the set before I got my first laugh.
Ooh,
And that only happened because I was like a board ship, like fuck it. I'm just gonna go off the cuff, and that worked better than the stuff that I had written.
that's it.
Yeah, that like I mean, I don't fall on stage, none of that shit. Um, I've watched videos back, and I thought to myself, I don't know how my wife let me wear that shirt out of the house. But outside of that, like
So
nothing
no
truly
physical
embarrassing.
comedy for you. No physical
No,
comedy for you.
oh fuck no. Man, I gotta hold my breath to tie my shoe. I can't do physical comedy. Like that shit is not a real thing for me.
Yeah, I know. I like start brushing my beard and I'm out of breath. So
Listen, I got rain boots that have steel toe, and I can't even put them on. So yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing in life. But yeah, nothing outrageous. I
there's that
think
dead
the
air, man. There's that dead
oh,
air.
actually, I take that back. I take that back. I actually wasn't on stage, but I was at the Improv, and what ultimately ended up happening, like I was the host for Don DC Curry, who, if you follow the Friday franchise, he's Uncle Elroy, and so um, one of the things that happened was they made it seem like it was an audition, but then he was like he didn't care who was on as long as they were funny. So the first night that we did the show on the first show, so it was two shows. The first show, once he got on the stage, he went to give props to me and the feature, and he butchered my name, and I was like, "Fuck! Like, how do you?" It's Robert Bass, and I forgot what he said. And I think the most embarrassing part was my wife laughed harder than anybody else, and I was like, "That's bullshit." And at that point in time, we weren't even married, so I don't even know why I married her. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I know
All
why I
right.
married her.
All right.
So
So we got a couple of comments real fast. Most famous comedian you've met, performed with at the same venue. Let's hold on to that for 1 second. Uh, Kyle said his boy Elroy. And we got JW in the house. Sorry I'm late. Welcome to the network, Robert. Thank you,
thank you,
JW, for
thank you. Better late than never, because hey, this may surprise you given the fact that I'm black, but I was late too. So there's that. I'm just saying it
it,
was. I was rather. And I know you said you wanted to push it off, but the funniest person that I shared the stage with was Donnell Rollins. He is most famous for the Chappelle Show, Ashy Larry. So that was a treat. He was different. He was different. Like he was real calm. He was cool. He didn't mind us hanging out with him. He took pictures. But he just was kind of like, just don't overdo it. And then he showed me, I think, the greatest lesson that I learned that let me know that regardless of how good I thought I wasn't at that spot, because I guess whoever put on the show only had a certain window to do the show in, and he went over, and they were trying to light him. And if I'm gonna quote him properly, he said, "When you get to my level, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. So y'all can keep flashing the lights. All that's gonna do is make me talk longer."
So for those of you who don't know, when you get lit on stage, it's time. You got a minute left or something.
Get your ass, yeah, yeah. It depends on who's running the show and how they run it. Most shows that I do, they tell you the time frame and then they ask you when you want to be lit. Most people say 1 minute. So if you're doing 30 minutes, yeah, light me at 29 minutes. And in this case, they were just trying to light him so they can get everybody the fuck out of there. And he was like, "Screw that." And he actually came off the stage and made it a little more intimate. Like he was just kind of standing in front of people, just talking, and how you doing? And I was like, I want to be that guy one day. Like,
For those of you that are just joining us, Robert had a few technical defects, so it's not technically the stage he wants right now. It kind of had to be
yeah,
to get the show going.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, definitely glad that it worked out. JW is asking, is there a comic or working today that I'm assuming you'd like to work with? So,
I mean,
inspirational comic or somebody you'd really like to work with?
so like I could throw out the obvious answers, your Dave Chappelle's, your Kevin Hart's. Um, I liked actually, and I don't know if I can use somebody I already worked with, but I liked working with Don DC Curry. Yes, the first show he fucked up my name, but he was great. Like he was very personable. It didn't matter what he did in his past. I was hosting, so one of the things that you do as a host, you ask the headliner, "How do you want to be brought up?" And he said to me, "Yeah, you know who I am?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right then." Oh shit. Okay, so I can come up with this on my own. There is also a female comedian by the name of Miss Pat. She's very vulgar. I shouldn't say vulgar, but she does use a lot of profanity, but she's funny as hell to me. I wouldn't mind actually doing a show with her. Um, and I think that's about it. Like I said, I could name the obvious, the Dave Chappelle's, the Kevin Hart's. Um, Hell, even the Aries Spears, Cat Williams, things of that nature. But like people that I think the people I would like to work with are people that most people probably don't know. Miss Pat is up and coming. Like she's been around for a while, but she's really getting her flame going. And I think we have similar styles, which probably with Klass because she talks a lot about her family and her life and things of that nature, which is kind of what I center mine around.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you're a fan of so many white folks.
Um, yeah, yeah, love them. You gotta
So,
love them. Like I mean, yeah.
no, I'm kidding because you brought up before, like JW shows up now, but before when you brought up that you're the only
Yeah,
black guy on the
I'm the only black
network.
guy. I'm the only black guy on the network. Like so, yeah. Hey,
And how did you find that out?
uh, JW. So, so yeah, and he kind of said it, and I think that night it slipped everybody else. And when I thought about it later, I was like, I missed an opportunity. Because yeah, I've been striving to be white, and it was messed up that you pointed out the obvious flaw in that process, which is the fact that I'm still
But
black.
you shared a stage with one of the whitest white guys in the world, and that's Skippy.
I
That's Mark Price. And for
listen.
those of you who don't know who Mark Price is, he was Skippy on Family Ties, but he was also the main character in was it Halloween? I forget. Horror movie of the mid '80s.
Well, and I think the thing with that is it's at this point, in what I do, I've learned to still just be me. Like I joke about being white or trying to be white. But even in my blackness, I'm not like overly black. Like I had to go through the phase of understanding you're not supposed to get on the stage and be like, "What up, motherfuckers? Yeah, suck my dick, bitch." Like,
Oh, okay. Before you say that, Judith, I appreciate you showing up. This may not be an appropriate show for you to watch. That is, oh crap! Man, now I'm bogged.
hi,
Hold
Judith.
on a second. I just lost my.
Don't
email.
listen to Joe.
I can
Stay.
hear a word you're saying.
I'm gonna be your
I
friend.
what? Okay, now I can hear you. Anyway,
Oh, it wasn't for you. It was for Judith. I was telling Judith that she didn't need to listen to you. She can stay. I am gonna be her new friend.
but that's Terry Gerald's mother. He's the writer director of Harlow's Hunt that I was plugging earlier.
Oh, okay.
We definitely appreciate you tuning
So
in.
I really need the brown nose, no pun intended. To get a little small.
Kyle's asking you a question, sir.
And what's the question? Wait, you're black? It depends on what day. I mean, you take in consideration the fact that I live in Port St. Lucie and it doesn't have a Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We can question how black I am.
Oh, jeez, I will be honored. Aren't
I'm just
most
saying.
white comics Jewish? Well, maybe in the 60s and 70s.
I mean, not all the ones that I'm pretty sure a couple of them have been, but no. Listen, man, you're not about to get me canceled before I get started. That's not what we're doing.
You take this one from JW.
Just being honest, we are all white as fuck.
We
need you. I'm gonna say this. Yes, you guys are, and I'm glad that you know it, so I don't have to point it out. Mayonnaise. Matter of fact, mayo. Like you guys are mayo white. Like it doesn't even make no sense how white you are.
Oh, and there is Kyle's wife. Hi, Missy. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
I don't know why I wave like that. It's so freaking nerdy. And I'm scared I'm gonna pop my wrist because I'm getting old. This shit is weird for me.
All right, so this is actually a good question.
What does your process of writing? Okay, so that's a very great question. So generally speaking, like obviously it's something that comes to mind. So the best process, like especially when I first started, was to write it down. Like I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm one of those people who have a photographic memory, but there are certain parts of the page that I can remember. So what I would do is, if it came to me, and let me just be honest, this was one of those bits of great advice that I got. Regardless of how funny you think it is, write the joke down, and then go from there. So what I would do is I would write the joke. I'm very long-winded naturally. So when I would, no, you don't think so? Yeah. So so I would write out the joke, but then and then you have to test it. And so then what would happen is I would write it out and it would be long. And then as I'm going through the joke over time, then I would know what's important to the joke, what's not important to the joke, and I would take out those bits and pieces. And so that's how it worked for me. A 5-minute joke, once I perfected it, would be about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, depending on the content. So pick a subject or whatever comes to you and go with it. Most of my jokes are 85 to 90% factual. I only embellish about 10 to 15%. So everything that I talk about in my comedy is actually real. It's real things. My mom is a Christian. My mom did have 8 kids. My mom does believe in a God that you can't see, but does not believe in condoms that you can buy. These things are real. So, yeah.
And you were a choir boy.
Listen, I was a lot of things. We was in church so much, I thought I did something personally to Jesus. Like I was like, I didn't understand why we was always at church, but Jesus was never there. Like not the white Jesus, because we went at the black churches. You would notice the white Jesus, like he wasn't there, and I was like, this is some some bullshit. And then my mom started popping out babies, and then it got to a point where it was like, okay, well, you have a choice. You could either babysit or you could go to church. Babysit. Yeah. Which is weird because when I had my first child, my son, at the age of 19, and she was like, I don't know what made you think you were ready. I don't know, helping you raise your kids. Like it's weird. So that's the other thing. So it's like whatever comes to me, whatever I'm feeling that day, and then I write it down, and then I break it down over time.
All right. So what do we got? We got you guys are the best. JW saying, oh, wrong one.
Hi, Missy.
Wonder Bread and mayo, please. We have standards.
Listen, but do you? Like, I don't know. My wife bought Wonder Bread.
Joe works the comments better than that Tuesday night guy. Well, unfortunately, I've been doing this for 8 years, 8, 9, I don't know, a long time.
You've been doing it for a while, because I think when I first met you, I was told that this was what you do. But at that point in time, like, I don't think I was interested in it. Like, I was too busy. I was trying to get my life together. I was trying to be on the straight and narrow because, I was entering.
So did I take you off the straight and narrow then?
No. I think, like, at a certain point, you gotta do what you're supposed to do. So at that, it was kind of in the early stages of me and my wife before she became my wife, and I needed to be, kind of locked in, or I felt I needed to be kind of locked in. And so I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll just do my shows when I do my shows, and my wife will come, and that'll be fine. And plus, I don't think, at that point in time, I didn't understand what I could possibly have to offer.
I'm assuming you may know this person.
Hey, yeah, I know her. Childhood friend. We went to middle school together.
She's still mama.
Yeah.
Laughing from the heart, stories from the soul.
And that's usually what it is. And that's the other thing. I know I talked earlier about having to take, my Black experience and kind of make it where white audience could understand it. But I also had to take the things that I went through that I didn't like, see the humor in it, and not present it in a way where it stung, where it was vinegary. Like I had to bring out the humor in a lot of things. Like I rarely talk about my dad in my comedy because I don't really know how to present him, because my dad's an interesting character. Like, for example, my dad lives in Fort Lauderdale, but he feels like in order for him to win the lottery, like he has to buy his tickets in Stewart. That's like 3 counties over. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hell, here, I thought the only way you could win the lottery is getting all 6 numbers correct. But I mean, hell, he knows something I don't know. So, but with my mom, it's totally different because it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that's packed in there. My mom's faith. I thought my mom's faith was weird. Like, my mom's idea of faith was like getting in the car with no gas in it. Like, where we going? Oh, we're gonna drive from West Palm to Fort Lauderdale. That's not how that works. Like, you know what I mean? So it's things like that, and then that actually happens. Like, my mom did not like to put fucking gas in the car, and I don't know why I said in past tense. Like, she still does not like to put gas in the car, and so it's kind of weird, but that's kind of where it came. So yeah, you can tell my mom, go ahead. She know she don't put damn gas in the car. She knows she had 8 kids, all of which, by the way, my mom was real strategic in how she did things. None of us have Black names. Like, I'm Robert. I got a brother named Larry, and I think
another brother Larry.
Yeah, I got a brother. I got a brother named Larry. He's the one underneath me, and I think the one that's I got at one point in time, I think she thought we were Amish, so I got a brother named Hezekiah, and my favorite is my sister Daisy, because she's a lesbian and she's actually into tulips, so that works. It's awesome. But yeah, no Black names, no Shaquitas and stuff like that.
No Darwashis or
no. But I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna name my kids Black names. Screw it. I want y'all to guess how to spell their names.
Kyle saying new podcast, 2 dudes with beards.
Hey,
I'm just a producer.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want that, because Joe wants the scissor beard, and I was like, the only scissor. Never mind. But I seen it in the movie once, not the beards, the other scissoring. So yeah, man.
That's funny. Let's see. True life stories. You know what? Man, see, my vision sucks too. True life
Yeah,
stories. You know what? Sometimes if we don't laugh, we cry, but they can bring other joy. Wow.
yeah. No, definitely. Because
Man, we just gotta tell them. I
yeah.
need new contacts.
Yeah,
So,
listen, I need contacts. Period.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, Kyle, if you got the time, I've got the outfits.
Oh my God. You. Now I saw that. Yeah, yeah. And I think that is. I think for me, that's what it's been. The things that I've experienced in life, I got to a point where I can laugh at them as opposed to being mad. I don't want to be the angry old guy based upon things that I went through. I want to be the angry old guy because well fuck, I'm old and I have the right to be angry. Like that's the angry old guy I want to be. I want to be to get the fuck off my grass and my grass be all browner than me. Like it's not saving nothing. I just want to be a dick. Like that's the kind of old guy I want to be, not because oh well, my mom
And
had eight
believe it or
kids.
not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually 5 or 6 months older than him. So,
Yeah. But black don't crack. Listen, so
we got to hit this one. Let's see. JW saying, "What did Groucho Marx say about not wanting to be part of a club that would have me as a member? Welcome aboard, brother. Have you ever done any improv? Have you done
no,
improv?
I haven't
No.
done improv. I've done the improv. I don't think that I'm necessary. Like I'm quick on my feet. But like
Yeah, you like
sometimes
to think.
yeah, and I don't want to be the weird guy because like I'll go to my safe space, which is animation porn, and like I don't want nobody to be like, wait, is he serious? And then they find out that I actually am because they search my search history because I do
Right.
like it.
Yeah, you
They
need to
draw
clear
them
that.
well.
You need to clear that. Yeah.
Nah,
Mhm.
how the hell I'm gonna remember the ones that I like? Screw that. I heart them. I got a favorite list.
All right. I'll
So
let you read that one.
come on, man, I can't see.
Well, neither can
That
I.
that's true. There's just too much time lost on on anger. Just laugh. I couldn't agree more. And then the other thing, like it became therapeutic, and then telling my stories, I realized like that shit really wasn't that bad. Like you start watching the news and you start to see other people's shit, and then you realize like, bro, you can laugh about the shit that you went through. People have gone through stuff where they really needed therapy, and I don't really need therapy. Not hmm, I'm not gonna go. But I don't think I need therapy. So it's all worked itself out. Animation, porn, and improv, or the art form. If you could do either one,
You're golden.
listen. I can't do animation porn because they last forever. I'm like a roller coaster, bitch. You better get these 90 seconds and enjoy them because it's over before you know it. You're gonna wait for the build up for a long time, and then it's a bunch of woo woo woo, and I'm like a water ride. You getting a splash? Well, not really a splash. I can't say that. Yeah, you get some water droplets. That's about it. Yeah, it don't shoot like it used to. That's what I'm trying to say. I could get it across the room when I was younger. Now I can barely get it across the head. Listen, enough about me though.
Well, JW said I could teach you Second City. I think you would be a natural. That's right. JW did do some of that. What do we got? Kyle, the water ride is a money shot. That's
Well,
what was implied.
that's kind of what was implied. I don't necessarily know if you're gonna put the money part on there. That's a shot though. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Oh, there
it
was a
ain't what it used
comment
to be.
involved, by the way.
What's that?
There was a comment involved. There were three separate things.
I missed one.
So
So
Robert on
Robert,
the on what on the ride you
on
get?
this ride,
Okay. Whoa, where's this going,
whoa,
guys?
yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird. No
Kyle
Diddy,
coming in.
like I'm not,
No Diddy.
not
You
at
see,
all.
this is what this show is going to be, but he's also going to have guests,
Yeah,
and he's gonna do a monologue at the beginning if he's ever on time and his stuff
if he's
works.
ever on
Oh,
time.
wait, adjust that for one more second. Go back up towards the ceiling. No, towards the ceiling. Hey, it's Robert's biggest fan.
Ah, actually, I got one that's bigger in the living room. But yeah, that was on. I can't put this
But
one on
I'm
because
white. That was a good joke.
it was. We're gonna give you that one. We're gonna give you that one. I think that's the thing. Like for me, I like to talk about shit that's uncomfortable. Like I still listen to R. Kelly. Um, Usually when
Now,
I'm in
wait a
the
minute.
bathroom
Personally, or
urinating,
his personally, or his music?
his music, his music.
Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
you said you
I don't
listen
know
to
what
art.
he's saying. Yeah, no, I don't know what he's saying now because he's in jail. Maybe he's singing the ditty. It seems like you're ready, but I don't know. But like, it's a weird thing when you look at everything. Like, why would I stop listening to R. Kelly's music because of what he did like in life? Like, I don't understand that, and I think that's one of the greatest things about this election. Like, if we can, if we can elect a felon, we can listen to R. Kelly. And Diddy. I
Hey,
still
hey,
be
if we can listen to Michael Jackson still, and we don't know what really
well.
happened.
But he wasn't convicted. R. Kelly was.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
so you know what I'm saying. And even with Diddy hasn't been convicted yet. So I've been. We ain't go in nowhere. Take that. Yeah, yeah. So I still listen to Diddy sometimes. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. You know
I
what I
gotta
mean?
hit a couple of more comments, man. So JW saying, "Where's the mannequin?" I can answer that one. There were some technical difficulties, so he kind of had to move to another room and everything. We started up about 6 minutes late, I think.
Yeah,
But Kyle
yeah.
saying more oil than a Diddy party.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. And here's the thing with that. Like, one thing I didn't understand about all the baby oil is like, have you ever like? Okay, so I watched the movie. There was a time in my life. Let me start out that way. There was a time in my life when I guess pirating was big, and I had came to this conclusion that what I wanted to do was I wanted to download and burn a video from every genre of porn, and it was fun until I got to the midgets, and then I was like, yeah, this is a bit much, because even though one of my fantasies, and by fantasies I mean the number one thing on my bucket list is to fuck a midget, um, watching them
Excuse me, sir. Little people.
fuck a little person, yeah, you're right, because little people don't like to be called midgets, but you know, whatever. I call her a midget when them. See, here's the thing, right? So my thought process was the whole Mario theme, like because I feel like you can't just do it. Like you have to involve shit. So I figure like we dress her like a leprechaun, right? And then like put her in a little dress, and then like have her ass like with gold body paint, and then like with every stroke, it makes the noise like when Mario was collecting coins, like bling, 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 bling. Like, yeah. So that was my thought process on that one. I think my number two thing on the bucket list is to fuck a little person in a plane. Listen, so enough about me though. How are you,
Uh,
Joe?
Robert's only fan. Him oil and stroke that beard.
Yeah. So the purpose of telling you about the burning. There was one movie that I did burn, which by the way I still have those DVDs just in case you want some. I'll sell them to you later. But there was one called All the Brazilian, and I tried that, and yeah, no,
Did I
I
ever
don't
tell you
know.
my experience with a Brazilian wax?
No. Do I
Would you
want to
like
know?
to? Well,
Shit, why not?
well,
I'm thinking about getting
that
one.
may be more intimate. We may need to do that offline. That
Yeah,
could be a
yeah,
little.
probably. Because then you'll say something, and then I have to acknowledge to people that when I am watching regular movies, every now and then there's this shot, and I'm like, whoa, did this guy shave his butthole? Or did he get a wax? And why is it right here in my face? Like, it's
Wait a
weird.
second. I'll let you take this one.
Midget porn does not take up.
Half the bandwidth.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But it depends on how she's built, and that was the thing that kind of got me. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. So I stopped
Are
after
you
that.
okay going over since you were kind of late?
No, I'm fine with it. I guess
All
that's the
right.
least I can do.
All right. The
Um,
mannequin could be a star. Baby oil is a pain. So you ended up short on the. Jesus
listen,
Christ.
so I feel bad because there's people that are either here or have come through that is like, what the fuck is with the mannequin? So now I know I definitely have to make her a part of the show. Funny part is, Joe, I told you, like, I think I'm gonna have the mannequin in the background, and you was like, okay, and now everybody wants the freaking
Everybody
mannequin.
wants the fucking mannequin.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do is learn to change her wigs and stuff.
All right. You could take that one too. It's too much for me to
Yes.
read.
Okay. Thank you. There is another person out
Out
there
there in the
that is.
world like me, it is my fantasy. Just said, get down and
Listen,
jiggy with the mission.
I'm trying to tell you, like I'm on some Sir Mix-a-Lot shit because most little people have big asses, and I love big butts, and I cannot lie. And then on top of that, like I'm older and I'm not in the shape that I was once I was when I was younger. So you could pick them up like a little fucking and flip them and yeah, man, it'd be fun. It'll be fun.
All right,
Uh,
so mile high with a mile short.
Pretty much, and take them to whole new heights. That's the whole purpose. You can't do it
Well,
on Spirit though, because that's weird.
we gotta get off the porn. How often do you watch porn parody before watching the real movies?
So it was the other way around.
I was gonna say it took him
Like,
entirely too long to
listen, it was the
pause.
other way around. So it was kind of like it was some things, like there was one with Good Times. They were not like the Good Time characters, but don't worry, they were a lot better. They were definitely having good time. I watched the
Did,
one with that was
wait,
like the
whoa,
Brady
whoa,
Bunch.
whoa! Did Dynamite come up?
Yeah, actually, it did. It did. He was painting. He was painting the girl, and he was like, "Yeah, ooh." And then they started doing it. And he was like, "This is dynamite," and I was like, "Let me put this back on mute." Like I don't. That's the number. I am so weird about certain things. Like I don't like. They had this thing where people record themselves eating, and you can hear like the intricacies of
Why?
like mouth noises. I hate that. I
But
hate it
why do
with a
you know
passion.
this?
Because I've seen it a couple times.
But
Um, like so,
why
like
is it
I don't
showing up in your feeds?
because some people think it's sexual, and I think like I don't know, but yeah, 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 and so like it's weird things that I like. Yeah, no. So
No,
that's
that
one of the
didn't do it
things
for you.
I know. I don't like that, and I don't like when I'm trying to get somewhere, and then I hear somebody say something stupid in the movie. Oh, oh yeah, you like that, don't you? No, no, bitch, I don't like mute. Where's the mute button? Oh, now I gotta start all over. And yeah, so it's weird. But that's me. That's me.
Loud and horny.
That's a great idea. I mean,
She could be like Jeff on Late Night with Craig Ferguson. I've never seen it, to be honest, so I don't know what
no,
that reference is.
no.
Sorry.
I recognize the name Craig Ferguson. But no, I don't know that reference. I ain't that white.
You are.
Although I do have two Frenchies, so I'm getting there.
No, no. Not only do you have two Frenchies, freaking dogs, but they have their own what?
So they had their own laptop. Because
And why do they have their laptop?
my wife felt like they needed to watch TV when we're not home. But they actually still watch it when we are home. They don't fucking watch it. They don't watch it at all. They they even have a freaking personal camera on them and all of that. Like it's the weirdest shit.
So
And
can
I
I
was
ask a
like,
question without? It's not meant to be disrespectful.
no,
Is your
no,
wife whiter than you?
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's weird. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff is her. Like I didn't want dogs. My wife got to a point where she was like, yo, our kids from previous relationships. So she has a daughter, and I have two kids. And but all three of them are adults. So she's like, well, we're at a point where I like to travel. So I was like, okay, well, if we're gonna travel, we can't have like pets. Like that doesn't make sense. And then she got one dog, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm cool with this one dog. And then next thing I know, she got another one. I'm like, we got two dogs, and they single-handedly are trying to get me canceled before I get started because they're two boy dogs, and all day I'm screaming out, "Stop licking on his dick!" And it's weird. It's just weird. So yeah.
Weirder than midget porn and
First off, midget porn is not weird, and I
oh,
don't, I don't, I don't like you porn shaming me.
well, no, I'm not porn. A few years ago, when we first started the original network, I was scrolling through friend requests,
Uh
and this is a true story. This is a true story, and my wife saw it as well. So,
oh.
there was a little person from Russia
Ooh,
who friend requested me, and
ooh,
at first I didn't know she was a little person because her. This is gonna sound horrible. It was a headshot, and her
yeah.
face looked proportioned, and
And
her
they
long
fucking
blonde
heads are
hair and
enormous.
everything. But then started seeing more pictures, and I'm like, damn. All right,
Yeah,
so I kind of
yeah.
get the little person thing. My wife wasn't too appreciative
Listen,
of.
I mean, once you get past the size of their fucking enormous head, like it's okay. It's the hands. You know what I mean? So like if you somebody that's not working with nothing, you know what I mean? You get the little fucking hands with the little sausage fingers, it makes you look
Man,
enormous.
you got to buy the Magnon.
Listen, it'd be like I probably wouldn't need it, but just from the way her hands made it look, it'd be like, yeah, yeah, baby, I'm packing, ain't I? You know, no, not really. You get an average sized woman and you can't even get past the butt cheeks. So it's weird. It's weird, but no,
Well,
no.
okay, so what do we got? Little person porn just sounds wrong. We got
It
missing
is,
friend.
but it is way wrong. Like it's so wrong. Like I say that, like, oh, that's a fantasy to do one, but I don't watch they movies. It's just weird. It's like, why is he
Well,
throwing her like that? He didn't have to throw her on the bed like that. Like it's almost like, is that real?
but didn't he?
But he, you know, there was a couple videos I seen, and I think this is what really got me into it. It wasn't those kind of movies. It was kind of like a comedy skits where the guy got caught cheating and he just hit her like in the pantry, and the girlfriend never found her. And then like he opens up the door, and then yeah, yeah. And R. Kelly did it in Trapped in the Closet too. The
Oh,
midget
this
was
has
underneath the
gone
sink.
way off the rails.
Listen,
Uh,
I'm
but
trying to tell you.
the crazy thing is, you may not want a dog, but the dog ends up becoming your dog. No, I've known Robert for a few years now, and we've worked together. And I hear stories. There's like a cool dog, and then there's like a fucking psycho dog.
He's a fucking asshole. Listen, but the cool dog is embodies that statement. So when we got the first dog, I was like, nah, I don't want the dog, whatever, blah 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 blah. And then I would find myself getting off from work, stopping by like the grocery store, and then like I would buy him like bones and like little toys and treats and shit like that. And we were fine. And then along comes this asshole. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what nobody says. Dogs have personalities. Because once this asshole came along, my friendly dog, the dog that I did, like one day I caught him looking at me like, why the fuck did we get him? Like we didn't need him. We were fine without him. And then I don't know what happened because now they lick each other, so I guess they okay with it now. It's weird.
Hey, so let's see. Game of little people porn,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Which makes everything I talked about before less weird is everything attached to you. The torso, like big size. Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I ain't get. So it is weird. And here's the thing, right? They have the little T-Rex arms. So like, are they? Like, it's
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
See, and that's the thing. Like, so I try not to think about one subject too long because then I go into a deep dive. Like, I know midgets still take shits. Like, who's wiping their ass? Like, how are they with the little arms? Like, yeah, never mind. So
Well, you've
yeah, that just killed
obviously
it for me.
seen it, so you know. Yeah.
You got to hose them down now. Get outside, and that seems inhumane, and I don't want to
Ladies
be
and
an inhumane
gentlemen,
man.
we are at an hour because of Mr. Tardy. Uh,
Sorry. Yeah, I was late. It was me. It was me. Yeah, it's
well,
me.
they know they're not going to
I
blame
like Taylor
me.
Swift. Yeah, no, not at all. Rightfully so this time. Man,
And I'm not going
yeah.
to mention that the game is tied at 28-28 and there's less than 4 minutes left.
Please don't.
Oh,
Please
I won't
don't.
mention that it's 28-28 with less than 4 minutes left. And
No, and then
Baltimore has the ball. So,
yes, that's what I need. But yeah, and I think that's what kind of threw me off because like they weren't performing the way that I needed them to perform, and then it projected me on my fantasy football to lose. And I told you, was it you? I was telling somebody like my brother hasn't won, but probably 2 or 3 games all fucking season. I can't lose to him. Like of
wait,
all people.
I'm sorry. We got a really serious question here. I
Uh-oh.
apologize. I got to interrupt.
No, let's go.
Robert, do you have a famous little person you would like to take to bed?
No, no.
Ah,
She just got to have a big butt. And if she can
because
have big boobies too, that'd be great. But they usually don't have both.
how do you level that out?
Not my problem. Listen.
Missy says she has 3, and Peter Hayden Dinklage is my number 1. He's the dude from Game of Thrones,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And that Adam Sandler movie with the big man. What the hell?
Yeah, Pixels. Yeah. Wow.
Right on. Hey,
Now
Missy.
see, right, because
And that's Kyle's wife, by the way. Kyle from Loud and Nerdy.
that makes sense. But listen, like I never went that far with like saying like I don't even know a lot of little people. Now I got to step up my game. I can't say I really want to bang a little person and I can't name one.
I know who Peter Dinklage. Is there a lot of famous little women?
No. Ironically, the same night with Skippy, there was a little person, little lady, but no, she was too little, and I can't think of her name, but she does national touring, but she had to ride the little cart, and I was like, that's too little person.
Bridget
Like
the
I need
Midget,
you to.
was she on
Oh
Howard Stern?
snap!
Was
No
that
no no
she
no
on
no
Howard
no.
Stern? Who's that?
She might have been, but I take that back. I have heard of Bridget the Midget. Where the fuck? But where is she? Like she was hot at one point, and then I don't know what happened after that. Midget porn search history tonight.
This really got off the rails.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should never mention. Yeah, that's listen.
Hey, you're a
It's
freak.
weird.
It's okay. We got you.
Listen, I did. You like what you like, and then once you get to a certain age, my brother always said that you got to if you're not a real freak if you can't acknowledge your kinks.
I don't
So
even know
there's that.
what the hell that says. I'm sorry, Missy.
You thinking?
I don't know what that is. Somebody
Yeah.
school me because I feel a little dumb at the moment. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
Robert,
Yeah.
you got any gigs coming up that anybody can go see?
So on the 23rd, I do, and I meant to have that information, but then we had technical difficulties, and I don't even know where I put my phone. But on
Yeah,
the 23rd,
take this last question.
what was your first podcast subject? Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that pretty much summed it up. Yeah. Where do I start? Let me talk about myself a little bit. And so yeah, and then it snowballed into midget porn. So you're welcome.
No snowballing.
Well, shit. I mean, at this age, it's kind of like dunking
If there's
Easter
no
eggs.
scissor bearding, there's no snowballing.
Listen, that's not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah. You win
Anyway,
that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So your next.
No, you're good. I know locally, so I have one actually Saturday, but based upon the premise of who puts on the show, I can't really say nothing. And then there's one that I can say something about, which is on the 23rd. I'm doing that one with Casey and Spaz, and that one is in Stewart. Is it in Stewart? Yeah, something like that. But here's the beautiful part, right? I will actually have that information because we're going to do this again on the 21st, but hopefully we're going to do better.
No,
And by
will
we, I
we will
mean
do better.
this guy, yeah, you were fan freaking tastic. It was this dude. What the fuck? Shit,
See,
man.
nobody wants to see this dude. It's okay. As I told
Yeah,
you, if I'm never on screen again, it would not bother me at all.
yeah,
But I love
yeah,
producing, so
yeah.
and I totally dig what you do, and I'm
And
glad you joined the network.
and I appreciate you having me, and definitely for bailing me out tonight. So now I really have to bring my A game on the 21st of November early. I might even leave work early. I might be like,
All right, so we're gonna get to some final comments. Okay, so what this was, she's that's the tiny girl he was talking about, the shortest woman in the world, I guess,
oh
2'1".
yeah, no, that wasn't her though.
Uh, Congrats, brother, again. Welcome.
Thank
That
you,
was,
thank you.
uh,
I look forward to working with you in the future. I think I want to definitely have you on.
and what was that? Joe makes us all look bad. Wow, damn.
You know what, Joe? I'm gonna be honest. Tonight wasn't Joe. It was definitely me. I definitely yeah, I definitely lived up to the stereotype. Late for my own shit. It was weird. It was weird.
All right, guys, we are out of here. Let's just plug one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's the first time you're visiting the network, please go to our social medias. Give us a like, a follow. We'd greatly appreciate it. Also, on Monday nights, don't forget to watch Generation Movie with JW and Rich. Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. Also, Loud and Nerdy, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. And again, I got to plug Harlow's Haunt 2. We're going to be shooting in Florida. That's Terry Gerald, writer, director. And we've got John Dugan from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre on board again. He was in the first one. Other than that, I think it's time to hit the last comment of the night. We love you, Robert. We're super happy to have you. You're fantastic. I can't even talk anymore. I will
Yeah.
be sharing your show like crazy. We greatly
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
The
Yeah, Joe.
Sugarland
So while
Express
you
is Monday. Sorry.
when you started plugging people, I went and grabbed my phone. This is gonna be some bullshit. My
What?
fantasy is not a fantasy. Like my brother has one person fucking playing tonight, and he has 44 points. I got three people, and I got 69 points. The
JW
fucking
and Rich are going to have the Sugarland Express on Monday. So, Robert,
yeah. Tune in.
clo- closing statements. Go.
Hi. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Like a politician, I'm going to promise you some things. Some things are going to happen, and some things aren't. And we'll go along for the ride. But what I will promise you is the next time, I'm going to be on time, and we're going to have an even better show than this. So stay tuned. I thank you for tuning in tonight. For World Class Clown, I am Robert Bass. I thank you, Joe. I thank the network, and I thank everyone who tuned in. I want to even thank my cousin Pookie. And I don't even have a cousin Pookie. So there's
Uh,
that.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.